Hello, everybody, and welcome to episode 1 of the John Wesley Show. Wow, awesome! Woo! If anybody has any better names for it, I'm open to suggestion. Goal is to sit down every day and make a little video, put it out there on the internet for the world to enjoy. Today's going to be an origin story. We're going to give a little bit of a background of who I am, who I've been, and who I plan to be. Because this is actually a pretty interesting story, and in the future, I do intend to go into more detail with some of these things. Today, episode 1, we're talking about a maiden voyage here. I'm going to kind of just put up a little set of brackets, that way everybody can just see this is the main concept of what we're working with here. Because to really make the point that I'm trying to make, you guys are going to need to know literally everything about me. Everything. Luckily enough, I've been humiliated and embarrassed and bullied my whole life, so I have nothing to be ashamed of. And neither do you, actually. As a matter of fact, neither do you. Okay. So let's do this, John Wesley. So yes, my name is John Wesley. I was born in 1992. It makes me 32 years old. I was born in Pennsylvania, here in the United States of America. Always thought I had a decent childhood, Teenage years were okay. Played a lot of World of Warcraft. Smoked a lot of weed. Robitussin. Drank a lot of Robitussin back then. We were some robo-tripping little punks when we were kids. Come high school, no, let's go back. I'm going to show you how bad I was. I got expelled from school in 3rd grade, right, for crushing up fluoride pills and putting them in a little vial and putting them in the back of our desk because we didn't want them, right? Well, the teacher saw that and for some reason thought 3rd graders were trying to sell fake cocaine. So we ended up getting in a lot of trouble. I got expelled for that one. To be honest with you, I don't really remember back then too well. That was a long time ago, but I would be willing to bet that I never thought of that. I'm pretty sure that situation was actually how I learned about cocaine. We're going to jump up a couple years, and then I believe it was 7th grade. A friend of mine, Skylar, who's passed away now, unfortunately he took his own life. But I bought some pills from him. I'm trying to think of back what it was. I think it was a Ritalin pill in 7th grade. Ended up getting caught for that somehow. I to this day don't know how we got caught. Got expelled for that one. And then 10th grade. I got expelled again because I'm an idiot. And I walked up to some girl and I asked for something and she was like, "Well, what are you doing?" And I was like, "Selling drugs," like an idiot. I think I was either buying or selling Vicodin from another kid or whatever. And I got expelled for that. Okay. Now, somehow, they ended up still letting me enlist in the National Guard with the top secret security clearance. Makes no sense. And after about 2 years of that, give or take, I ended up catching a trespassing charge. So I lost my clearance and was put out of the Army on a general discharge. So Nothing bad on me, but I just never got any benefits. And after that, I feel like it was just like a downhill roll for me, you know. Since that point, well, the apartment that I'm in right now is the longest that I've lived anywhere since 2010. So that's 15 years that I haven't lived anywhere longer than 13 months. Prior to this apartment, I think my record was 9 months. Okay. It was never my choice. Um, but I swear I had the worst luck. Like I could never find or keep a good job. Um, I had roommates just randomly deciding out of the blue that I had to go. It's just stuff like that, you know. It was it was a long time. I even ended up getting like two different girls pregnant um, in a matter of like 5 years. Okay. One of them I pay child support for, even though I don't get to see her. Um, and the other one, her mother just keeps her away from me, which I don't want to say like I'm okay with, but you know, once you carry around the same pain for like 5 or 6 years, you know, it gets a little bit lighter. I know someday I'll be able to sit down and talk to her and she'll get to know me, you know. With the both of them. I was thinking more about the older one there, but honestly both of them. The youngest I did get to spend about the first 4 years of her life in her life before her mother decided that I didn't deserve to be there anymore. Um, yeah, I mean, I've basically just been a traveling bum for the most part, and not for a lack of trying, mind you. I don't want you to think that I wasn't ever trying. Okay, um, I just, like I said, it was poor luck. That's how I always just wrote it up to myself. Um, the last year, though, things have been looking up for me. I decided to quit drinking. I decided that it was time to quit the hard drugs, man. I don't like chemicals of any sort. No chemicals, please. Um, and let me just say, it's been a damn good year. Okay. Like I said, I've been here at this spot for 13 months now. This past summer, I spent the whole summer working just for myself. I didn't have to punch a time clock. I didn't have to ask anybody what I should be doing. I just got to do what I do and got paid to do it. And that, my friends, is magic. Okay. Um, about 4 months ago, I found a home church that I go to here in Harrisburg. And for the most part, I've been trying to go there every Sunday. And then there's a men's group Bible study on Saturdays that I try to go to as well. To be fair, I started going just because I wanted to socialize. I have no friends. And just moved to a new city, so that makes it, you know, even less social. But I've been going for that. Um, and I feel like I've been slowly finding my way to be a better guy. I don't swear as much anymore. No, you know, I feel like I'm generally pretty nice to people. I try to be giving and kind. Um, yeah, I think it's a pretty good explanation of how we got here. So, super wild, never laying down anywhere, you know, it's always on the move, trying to find the next thing that's going to keep my head above water. Um, but now I'm here, now I'm good, and my soul's starting to find peace and rest and all this. And that leads me up to last Friday. Where's my Bible here? As a matter of fact, last Friday, November 7th at 2020 at 2025. Friday, November 7th, 2025 at 1:30 p.m., I had probably the wildest thing of my life ever happened to me. Okay, so this is the story that I came here to tell you guys today. All right, this is the main point that I want everyone to hear, because there's going to be some people that watch this video that know me and have known me for a long time, some of you, and what you're about to hear is probably the last thing you would ever think to hear out of me. I mean, I'm the guy that has the word godless tattooed down his ribs in Greek. I've got a pentagram with eyeballs in it tattooed on my leg. Okay. Just a little bit of a backstory of an edgy teenager. So last Friday, I was sitting right here, this exact spot on my couch, and watching some videos, scrolling through the old Facebook. And I watched this one conspiracy video, as I tend to do. Can't remember who it was that did it. But it talked about a conspiracy theory that I had heard of before and had never really believed because it was so out there. But as soon as the video was done playing, my body started to fill up with this energy. Okay. I started to feel just I was filling up. It felt like I had fire inside of me or something. I could feel it, right? I was getting this urge. I had to move. I didn't know what to do. My voice started to shake. It just started getting this real feeling of something. It was something. And all of a sudden, my hand starts to go up in the air. Okay. The feeling hasn't stopped growing at this point. And I'm very confused. And I try to speak at this point. Okay. But there were only 3 words that I could say. As long as my hand was stuck in the air, all I could say was, "Praise Jesus Christ." And I couldn't stop saying it. I repeated myself for a good 30 seconds. Just praise Jesus Christ. Praise Him. So I walked here to the back of my couch, and I kind of was just standing there. I had no control over my actions at this point, okay? I have my hand in the air, and as I'm standing there, my other hand started to come up. And I didn't notice it till it was about right here, okay? And still, it's just coming out of my mouth. Praise Jesus Christ. Praise Jesus Christ. Praise. And the feeling's growing. It's getting stronger and stronger, stronger. And all of a sudden, I'm thrown to my knees. Literally on my knees, right there behind the couch. I have always called myself a spiritual person. I never thought that I would be the guy that's here to tell you guys that God and Jesus Christ are 100% real. Okay. Last Friday, God picked me up off of this couch and sat me on my knees directly in front of Him. And He gave me insight, okay? And then He gave me the kind of vision that all Christians have, where He pulled the veil away from my eyes and wanted to show me what the world really was, okay? And now that I've had my eyes opened, it has become obvious to me that I have one and only one choice. But I have to start bringing this news to you guys, okay? I want you to know that when it comes to reality, truth is stranger than fiction, okay? I'm gonna, over the course of the next year, as I do these little sit downs with a camera, I'm probably going to say progressively wilder stuff. And to those of us that, stick to our Bible, to those of us that know how to fast, to those of us who know the kind of foods we should and shouldn't be putting in our bodies, that truth will resonate, okay? So I'm not okay with being called crazy. I've been called worse my whole life. That being said, I've got just one little bit of information that I want to leave with you guys, okay? Now, I'm never going to give you anything that you can't look up and research yourself, all right? I'll wait for all of those spiritual insights. That's between you and the big dog, okay? But let's go for real, actual facts, things we can see with our eyes that may start to pull away the veil that Satan has put over all of us, okay? We're going to start off here with this one. Let's go to Google, okay? And we're going to look up an author. His name is Ingersoll Lockwood, all right? This is a guy, this was Nikola Tesla's neighbor, all right? Back in the 1800s. And in the 1890s, he wrote a 3-part book series, okay? This is the section that I want you guys to look up. I'm pretty sure if you look up like 1893 and Ingersoll Lockwood, that should just pull it right up for you. Eventually, I'm going to get this computer deal set up, get the cameras a little bit better like these fancy YouTubers and stuff, and then I'll be able to do the search for you, but this one is on you, okay? So I'm just going to suggest, go to Google, look up Ingersoll Lockwood, and when you're done reading that, I would maybe go say a little prayer to the big man upstairs and take a look at that Bible. It's been missing you. Anyway, I'll talk to you guys later. I love you very, very fucking much. Bye-bye.